Hey folks, Species 7 here, welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to my weed-infested version of Grazyland. Yes, indeed, we are here on Field 7, and looking at the situation. And, oddly enough, other than the fact that, yeah, we do has a bunch of weeds, as you can see here, up to 30% in some places, oddly enough, the soil pH is still perfectly neutral. Moisture is reasonable. I read the entire soil mod thing, and it doesn't actually state exactly what your soil moisture should be. But our nutrient and our pK and all of that actually looks pretty good. So it would appear the first thing we need to do is get a herbicide on here. Now, I've decided that we are going to run, well, I think we're just going to run first of all a crop of wheat here. Something, you know, nice, simple, nothing complex. We are just going to drop a crop of wheat. So with that in mind, if we look at the chart here, now in Farm Sim 13, it was written the same way. When you looked at your pesticides, it said one or another crop dislikes one type. And I had several people come on and go, no, no, no. Like if it said it disliked type A, I would go, well, then you could use type B or type C. And had several people come on and go, no, 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 that means that you're supposed to use type A. Yeah, probably explains why it never worked that well. Because now he's actually explained it clearly and states, right, that for instance, wheat, B or C, can be used on wheat, barley, rye, oat, or rice, but do not use type A. And if you look in your house on the farm, it has it written the way it did in FS13. Wheat dislikes type A. And like I said, everybody's, oh no, then that's the one you have to use. Well, no, I was right. You have to use anything but that. When it says it dislikes it, it dislikes it. It will hurt your wheat as well. So, we are going to go for wheats. We will be using B. However, you'll notice that down on our little soil pH, soil moisture, etc., tag there on the right, down at the bottom, we see herbicide and weed prevention. Now, herbicide is the active thing you're going to spray on the weeds to kill them. The weed prevention will give you 3 days of protection from weeds regrowing, which I guess the idea there being is you can get a crop up without having to spray pesticide on your crop. Now, why you would go with only one of the singles, if you can use a double and get prevention, I'm not quite sure yet. See, it says when weed plants have been affected by herbicide, they will wither and die some days after. However, by then, new weed plants may have appeared close by, except if there was sprayed the double effect herbicides, AA, BB, or CC, which will prevent weed propagation and germination for up to 3 extra days. Now, so why would you use the single? That's my question, right? But anyway, let's hop in our frog here, which is what they call this particular John Deere, and so again, from our list, it tells us we can use B or C, so therefore double B or double C as well, because we are going to plant wheat. So here is our delightful and yet ever so strange frog monster. Let's jump in. Boop. Frog on. Okay, now let's choose what we're going to hit it with. Oh, right. That's something that's a little bit odd. To change sprayer types, you have to actually be by a filler. Yeah, you cannot sit there in the field, as I just attempted to do, and make it happy. So, we will roll on back up to the fert shed, which luckily isn't terribly far. even for someone like me that really has no concept of where anything is, I didn't want to go through there, for instance. I don't know why I turned there. Yeah, man. Oh, by the way, this frog, it has the turning radius of, well, certainly not a frog. If it was this hard for frogs to turn, they'd get pretty hard a life. Bad enough you keep banging your bum on the ground every time you walk. Okay, now we should be able to change our types. Let's see here. Oh, we're apparently not close enough yet. How's that? There we go. NPK, PKN. Alright. We also have A, B, C. And then, and we know we want to, we got double A's, double B's, and double C's. So B or C is fine for what we're going to do. We're going to go with the double C and see what that gets us. And see what that gets us. Oh, I'm so funny. Okay. Now, back out we go. It's not the way I wanted to go, is it? In particular, no. You silly bugger. Yeah, I should have been about the turning radius. It's absolutely frightening. I hope we'll be able to actually turn around at the end of the fields. We'll probably have to fold it up and do all that happy snappy stuff. Yeah. Let's try hanging a right instead of a left. Getting where we actually need to go. I could have gone out that one, but we'll go out this one just for the heck of it. How's that? Open sesame. And oop. Oop. And over. There you go. Oh, look out. Make a run. Perfect. Alright. So now we should be suitably equipated. Let's see how big this thing truly is. First of all. Alright, let's unfold her. And let's look at this. Fine. Oh, check that out. That was kind of cool. And, okay, we're going to be a little close to the trees here. Is that going to flip out one more? Yes, it is. So, let's quickly tuck ourselves around the back of the... This thing is a monster. And... Oh, isn't that interesting? The steering mode changed when I unfolded the tractor. Okay, that should let us miss the... This thing's just a monster, man. Holy smokes, look at that. That's half our field. See, I would have to question this, because I don't honestly think that they would make... What is this, tube? No, it's not either. It's flat. Well, maybe it's channel. Nope, it's just simply flat plate. Yeah, I don't know that they could make flat plate steel that would hold up over that length, to be honest with you. I think that thing would be dragging the ground on the tips. But anyway, let's herbicide aside my thing away here and see how it goes. So, let's turn her on. Let's head her out. Well, it's maybe not the easiest spray pattern. Now, this is something else I was reading about, and maybe you guys can elucidate a little if you're aware of what the answer may or may not be. But it did mention that now the mod author says that the map requires the calc mod. I'm going to fold this guy, otherwise we're never going to turn him around on this little postage stamp. The mist calc, right? We're all familiar with it. It's been used in many different maps. Yeah, you can stop folding and start unfolding now. That, as you can see, it's not exactly easy to see perhaps where we left off, right? Not that easy at all. In fact, darn near impossible. And what was mentioned was that if you don't run the mist calc mod, then it will show up properly. However, if you do, it won't. But this was comments by other people making comments on the map. The map author didn't actually directly address it, which is kind of concerning. So, I do currently have the, oh I see, I think we're missing a bit, aren't we? The Mist Calc mod installed. And as you can see, it's not showing up all that well where we have or haven't sprayed. You can sort of see the little dots it's laying down. And apparently that's what it does, so. And one last pass should do it. Yeah, I'm just doing the fold thing so I don't have to drive all the way back out to the middle of the field. There we go. Now we can once more unfold it. Okay, that should do it. Make this pass. So yeah, but the mod author does still, in fact, give a link to the Mist Calc mod in the links for mods required, or did he did the last time I checked, which was a couple days back. So I suppose I could actually look once more. But so yeah, if any of you guys have tried this without, well, I suppose you can see that. I was just being a little dumb, I guess. But any of you have tried it without, let me know if it looks any different. And I'm not sure if it was just the fertilizer or if it was another of the sprays or what. Okay, so there we go. We have now sprayed herbicide. And as we can see, the field now says that it has herbicide C, and we have weed prevention for 3 days. Now, our moisture is still good, our nutrition is still good. So I'm thinking at this point, our next move would be to cultivate. Yes, no? I'm thinking so. So, I'm just going to zippity-doo across the road. Scamper up the hill. What other funky adjectives can we use for, crashing into the gate? Alright, come on. Silly bugger. Back into your hidey hole, frog boy. Ooh, look at that. The other tool we need is right there. However, it ain't like frog's gonna haul it around. Ooh, that was so close. I thought we'd actually make it. But no. There we are. In you go, Mr. Johnny. Oop, don't need to bump your bum on the wall. There we go. Well, let's find us a tractor. You're a tractor. In fact, you're a pretty good sized tractor. What do we do? Oh no, we're cultivating, aren't we? Alright, I think for that we're gonna want, yeah, the big boy. I'm thinking that's our best bet here. So you'll notice the soil moisture inside of our garage is not quite acceptable. I think we'll just leave that. I like having a nice dry floor in my shop, actually. Thank you. Alright, now, buddy. Excuse me. Whoa. Everywhere but where I want to be. Oh, we're just going to cheat and cut up through here. There we go. Zip over here and grab our cultivator. Whee! Alright, so we'll get this squished into the field. Let's see where we go from there. Out the door and around the corner. There we go. Zoom. Okay. Okie dokie donkey. So we will not be needing, at least from the looks of things, our manure, or our slurry, I should say. Now, see, here's something the instructions are not very good about, because it states, it kind of contradicts itself as far as slurry and manure go. Because it says slurry can be sprayed on your field and then left untended, and it'll do the job. Whereas manure, if left on your field, will degrade. Let's kind of have a look at that. That's weeds. That's a list of all of it. That's fertilizer. Okay. Alright. Okay, here it states, point 3. For slurry, there is no difference in cultivating it or leaving it unprocessed. Slurry will first increase nutrition levels at the next growth cycle. Note, manure which is left unprocessed on the terrain will dissipate over time, and in this case, not increase nutrition levels. Yeah. So they're saying basically you can spray slurry on and just leave it. You don't have to plow it in. Whereas the solid manure you do, which is a little weird as well. Okay, now manure and slurry, here's the whole thing on it. Some players have expressed they would like to actually be able to first spread manure, slurry, and then plow, cultivate it into the ground. This is also something the soil mod introduces, as spread manure and slurry will not instantly take effect, but have to be mixed into the ground to increase the nutrition of the soil. And yet states right here, slurry, there is no difference in cultivating it or leaving it unprocessed. So, yeah, we'll have to see how it goes. I think we'll base it solely on nutrition. If we seem lacking, we'll start pumping nutes into the soil and see where it takes us. For the moment, however, I think what we'll do is just simply, I wonder if, this is going to be of any help to me. Sure. That actually looks pretty good, doesn't it? Looks pretty good. I just like to get my first line straight. Okay, let's get a quick one done across here. Not funny, by the time you put a headland all the way across this field, it's just about done. But, like I said, I did want to start with this small field because we don't have to worry about spending hours and hours and hours getting it ready for each little stage. We should be able to pretty much just simply blast right through. Ooh, that's way off to the side, isn't it? Alrighty. Oops. Yeah, it would really help if we put the old cultivator into working position. Yeah. Alright, let's try that. Yeah, I'm just so good. Oh, don't hit the tree, don't hit the tree. No, the line's on this side. Oh, and so's the cultivator, albeit barely. Same with this one. Lovely. I guess we can turn this off. Yeah, get our first field cultivated. See what happens. I was gonna say, so far everything still looks good, right? I mean, as far as nutrition levels, as far as all of those things go, it still looks pretty darn good. At least to me. Okay, get the rest of this done up, and that will do it for this time around. Yeah, I don't know, this just seems too easy. Now, granted, in real life, you don't strip everything out of your field in one go. I'll admit that. However, I know that the last time, or at least in FS13, and this worked. Ugh, gotta quit doing that. I keep forgetting that I'm raising that. Oops. Yeah, I keep forgetting that I've been raising that up. There we go. Something I need to stop doing, because it's not helping to get this done any quicker. That's for darn sure. I could probably actually just hire the worker at this point. But, seeing as this field is so small, if he ends up leaving those darn grooves at every edge, then it's kind of pointless, because we'd have to do 2 more lines after we wait for him to be done. So, yeah, see, it's not quite, maybe it is, just quite enough to turn around. Nice. That time it worked. Alright. The other thing that I find strange is it mentions, and I have actually seen it, I think on Ian Robson's doing that. No, it couldn't have been because he's not doing the soil mod. Maybe it was because he had the night growth mod. Or maybe it wasn't Ian. But yeah, I'm pretty sure there's supposed to be sort of this countdown thing that shows up, a little bar graph, if you will, that shows your growth stages. But I'm not exactly sure how we get that to be happening. We'll have to have a look. The same thing, I have not yet been able to hide or change that panel. Even though I have used the keys, it says we'll do that. They don't, there's either some kind of keybind conflict or something going on, because I can't seem to do anything with the soil display panel. Now you can see a little tiny line that we missed now, with the pesticide. There was a slightly lighter gray line, see it? Oops. Good thing this measures in 10x squares, so that should just sort of blend into the overall, well, you did okay here, you did okay here, you sucked there, but we'll average it out as to you did almost okay. Yeah, that's what we're going to get there. So, the other thing I wonder is, do we actually have to advance a day after every single function? You know? That makes me wonder. Or can I just simply seed now? That I dinna. That's okay, there's not much of this left. I do like this cultivator just for the reason you see here. You can actually, it's big enough that you can turn it in your own radius and actually have it make it to the next line, right? So that really helps. It's odd how this has that little cut. I wonder if it's, see the one jag at the field here? It's like it suddenly skips over a row. And see, it does the same thing on the next one. See on the end piece there, it did the same thing. That's odd. Must be just the field is slightly misaligned, or who knows. But so far, I'd have to say the specs on the field look good. You know? I almost wonder, I think I might, just for the heck of it, after I go off camera here, what I might just do is, take our herbicide sprayer over to field 5. One of the reasons I was going to go this small, of course, is because I didn't know if we'd have enough slurry to do the nutrition end of it. Of course, not only do we, likely, but we don't appear to need it right away. So the other thing I'm going to do, as I say, when I'm finished here, is I'm going to go over to field 5 with the frog there, and we'll see what's going on with that. Maybe I'll hit that with some herbicide, and we'll lay it out in wheat as well. And that, my friends, should be that. Indeed. Alright, so. Just cheat and cut across field 1. Alright, we'll go have a look at the specs on field 5. I do field 1, but with that little cockeyed piece in there, it's not going to be quite as smooth a going. So we are going to take the easy way out. Why not? Lord knows there's enough work to do on a farm. Alrighty. Oops. Probably don't want to park your implements in the middle of the main road. Just saying, you know. Okay, here we are. So this one again, other than weeds, and there's a fair infestation going on, I'll give it that. But other than weeds, everything looks pretty good. Again, nutrition is right up there. pH is perfect neutral. So, I think that's what we'll do, is we'll go grab the frog, and I'm going to give this guy a spray too. So we'll see how that works out. This will give us a bit of a comparator as well. We can between field 7 and this guy here, field 5. Indeed. But there you go, guys. We've taken our first tentative steps, as it were, into the soil management mod. Oh yeah, right, all that delightful chaff I was cutting, that paid off fairly well. We have one completely full bunker back at the BGA, and by full I'm talking 900,000 liters, and it is covered and fermenting. It is a few hours behind the other bunker, which has either 20 or 22%, I'm not really sure which. And it's been fermenting for considerably longer. So either way, we will have some nice fermented silage very, very soon. In fact, I guess I put him back in the garage. Dummy. Plus the fact that the big upright silage tower. Can we see it here? Yes, no, no, yes. We could see it when I cut all the trees down on the farm. But, I know it's over this way. Like I said, you just can't see it because we got all these darn trees and such in the way. Ooh, on top of this hill we'll be able to get there. Come on, up the hill. La 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 la. Where the heck is it? Where's the giant there it is. See the top of it way over there? A nuclear missile silo? Yeah, apparently that's not. Yeah, I know. I thought we finally got a farm with its own nuclear missile silo, but no. Apparently this is for mixed silage. And I dumped a bunch of our straw in here, and because we had a trailer left after we got all our chaff off, I dropped a trailer load of chaff, or a trailer load of chaff, into this silo. And it tells me that we have 100,000 liters of chaff, but we also have 382,000 liters of silage. 25%. Ha ha ha. Because I did throw over 500,000 liters of straw in there, plus another 50,000 liters, I believe, of chaff. So there you go. And that's going to end her for this time around, guys. We've done pretty well. We will see what happens with that. Like I said, I'm going to do up field 5. And then I think I will actually advance a day and see where that puts us. So, if you like the episode, like the series, like the sound of my horrifying voice, please hit the like button. It helps me out a whole bunch. Leave lots of comments. Let me know what you think. If you enjoy the soil mod, let me know what you think of the soil mod. Is it just another way to make you do a couple extra lines up and down the field, or does it add a level of realism that you enjoy? All that aside, hit the share, hit the subscribe, hit the like button, all that thing. You guys know how to do that. But most importantly, take care of each other, folks. And ciao for now.